Yanagisawa from Japan. Thank you for joining me today to chat. So you're visiting from Japan, and I understand you are an expert
of the nutrition therapies, including IV therapies, vitamin C, E, and others. So today I have talk is how to prevent the radiation injury in Fukushima nuclear power plant accident.
Yes.
So we propose, because 80% of the radiation injury is due to free radicals, because water molecule comes and hits the radiation comes and hits the water molecule and produce as free radicals.
Yes.
So such free radicals injure the gene DNAs.
Yes.
However, only 10 to 20% directly hits the DNAs. So you can save your life. I mean, it's 80% of the radiation injury can be neutralized using antioxidant nutrients such as vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin A, and SS. We have the data of the using. We have the 5 workers. They were worked in the Fukushima nuclear power plant to contaminate the area, and there. We draw the graph and checks gene molecules, and we calculate the risk of the cancer.
Yes.
Okay. Such a cancer risk score is very high in such workers. However, 2 months intervention of the oral vitamin C, vitamin E, and others, and also twice a week intravenous vitamin C. So 2 months later, such higher risk of the cancer return to normal levels. So, however, government ignored our proposal. We have the data, but I talk about this in just more than 7 countries, medical associations. Most of the scientists accept my proposal, and they told me why Japanese government ignored your proposal. Because there's a lot of the scientific papers such as antioxidant nutrients can neutralize radiation injury. So we have the lots of the paper, but government ignored. Always makes people more fear.
Yes, suppresses. So they're suppressing this knowledge, and yet you can't patent a vitamin.
Yes.
So this is the problem. They don't want maybe these economical solutions.
Yes. Also, they do not like in the Fukushima nuclear power plant have already melted down. Because they would like to say, okay, Fukushima area is very safe and no need to worry. But there are lots of contaminated areas, and so if somewhere in the world nuclear plant accident occur, it is possible.
Yes.
Think about how to neutralize the
free radicals. The free radicals are essentially the dangerous.
Exactly.
Yes. So vitamin C, vitamin D. What dosage are we talking? Like when you say vitamin C?
Vitamin C is 3 grams every day.
How many?
3 grams.
3 grams?
Is the minimum.
Okay, so that's 3,000 milligrams.
3,000 also, 3,000
And
milligrams.
are you in any form? Does it need to be
There's a cytotone or liposomal form and anything you can.
Okay. And time release, so you deliver it slowly, or does it matter?
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So and then what about vitamin D? How many IUs of vitamin D?
It's for healthier, was a good antioxidant levels keeping. We recommend 3,000 to 4,000 IU.
IUs. Okay.
Yeah.
And then what else? So you got vitamin C, vitamin D.
To keep as good optimal health cells,
Yes.
you need some vitamin C, vitamin D, also the magnesium.
Oh, magnesium, which so many people are deficient.
Exactly.
Exactly. So it's, how about vitamin K with the vitamin D?
D is good for.
You need to pair those.
pair.
So get those
Yeah.
together, the vitamin
also
K.
zinc.
Zinc.
Zinc is so vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin zinc. Of course, zinc
Yeah.
is also very important for COVID-19 infections.
Interesting. It's interesting because before COVID started, a lot of the doctors or media was saying vitamins are there's useless. And I think looking back now,
So please read website of the International Society for Medicine.
Yes.
We recommend just 4 weeks after the COVID-19 in Wuhan, we recommend vitamin C 3 grams, vitamin D 2000 IU, also zinc more than 20 milligrams, and zinc, is selenium and magnesium.
okay.
So these 5 elements is next 2 years. As many papers shows those 5 nutrients is useful in clinical practice. So always think about, okay, we should look for wise knowledge of the wise, also wise to science, because we have no evidence of such nutrients have effects or not. However, we have lots of experience and lots of scientific paper. We can speculate what nutrients is effective for pandemic. That's real. Most of the government says nothing to, stay home, wear the mask, and gargle and wash your hands. That's it. But increase the immunity is essential for preventing, also minimize the infections of COVID-19.
So in Japan, where are you currently teaching? Where are you?
In Tokyo.
In Tokyo. So in Japan, this message, has it been suppressed like in US and Canada and Europe? Is it the same? They've tried to suppress the truth?
We release information from the headquarters of Canada.
Yes.
Yeah, to every country.
Interesting. So it really is a global phenomenon that they're suppressing the scientific facts.
Exactly.
And the same in Japan.
Same in Japan.
You're not.
Because National Institute of the Nutrition release in the website, there's no evidence of the effect that vitamin D is effective. There's no evidence. But even so, Journal of American Medical Association shows there's a good evidence for protecting COVID-19 using high vitamin D.
What about ivermectin? Because ivermectin was created by a Japanese fellow that won the Nobel Prize. So what was the response in Japan with ivermectin or hydroxychloroquine? Did they talk about it or did they ban it in Japan?
Banned.
They banned it, even though he won a Nobel Prize 5 years ago.
This is very strange.
Very strange.
Yeah, because we also recommend ivermectin, but it's the drug company released for to sell the ivermectins is milk or something like that. Okay, they do not sell ivermectin to the physician because this is a drug for parasite. So many doctors would like to have ivermectin, but we cannot get. So we have to import from India and Thailand.
Same in Canada. You have to import it illegally from India or China, or go to your vet and buy Canadian-made ivermectin, but buy it for horses. You know, and then in Canada, the people say, well, it's a horse dewormer, and they don't understand. Ivermectin, maybe you can set the record straight. What is the origins of ivermectin? Because it was a Japanese scientist.
Yeah, exactly. But ivermectin in Japan, the Japanese company does not produce now. Most of the materials will come from China. So anyway, in my case, I take during the pandemic. I take the ivermectin twice a week.
Oh, you do even now?
Yeah.
Do you think ivermectin helps us even with shedding from the vaccine?
Yes, I think so.
Do you think shedding is an issue?
Yes. Also, the vaccine injuries. I have one patient with a severe 40 years old female who has 2 shots of the vaccine and has a brain fog, a headache, and severe menstruation pain.
Yes.
And it's a period every 30 days. So the period of menstruation, 20 days is bleeding. So I started the ivermectin, vitamin C, lipoic acid, and etc., the magnesium.
Yeah.
3 months later, 70% of symptoms improved, and still 30%. So we do the others, magnesiums, low-dose naltrexone. Finally, now she recovered completely.
Really? So you feel there is hope. What do you think is in the vaccine?
Vaccine is useless.
Yeah, but what is in it? What do you think are the ingredients of the vaccine? Or I shouldn't even call it a vaccine. What do you think is in the injection? Because it's a mystery.
Yeah. I do not know about the ingredients.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm the director of the Children COVID-19 communities.
Yeah.
We are stand up to don't vaccinate to the kids because the kids has a good immunity, no need to vaccinate. So but government would like to push the vaccine to the kids. I think more than 80% of the Japanese adult people vaccinated. But we have to release SNS and Facebook, and finally 15% of the between 5 to 12 hours kids vaccinated. But because
15%. 15% of the children and 80% of the adults.
Yes.
Why? How did the Japanese government get 80% of Japanese to be vaccinated?
Because most of Japanese people trust the government.
Oh, there's the downfall.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Did they force it in terms of work that you would lose your job?
Sometimes very forced. And people, most of the people vaccinated in the company, so maybe I have to do.
So the companies made it clear that the employees needed to be vaccinated to keep their job. So now in Japan, are you seeing excess deaths in the vaccinated?
Yes.
How dramatic is that? What are you seeing?
It's I have the data and excess deaths, but first and second, third and fourth and fifth shot.
Yes.
The increase excess deaths is increased.
So the more shots you've had, the more likely you are to be injured or die.
Yeah.
I
think that more than 2,000 people died within 1 week after vaccination in Japan.
Really?
But also the 30,000 people has an adverse reaction. But this is just a tip of the iceberg.
Absolutely.
Maybe 10 to 20 times.
Yes, 10 to 20 times. That's exactly like VAERS.
Exactly.
Because most of the reporting is not done.
No.
The reporting captures, the Harvard study said it captures 1 to 10%. So,
Yes, that's happening in Japan.
Exactly. So, is the media in Japan as corrupt as the U.S. and Canada? Are they hiding the truth?
Because they do not, because, Ministry of Health reported this data, but, for example, 2,000 people died within the 1-2 weeks, but media does not say nothing about how many people died. Just says how many people infected, or how many people died by the COVID-19. Every day they show the numbers, but they never talk about how many people died by vaccine.
So during the COVID pandemic, I heard some leaders in Japan talk about ivermectin.
Yes.
And what happened? Because I didn't hear what...
Because one of the Tokyo Medical Association's director, president says ivermectin is very useful and can save the life and to the news. However, I'm not sure about person. 1 or 2 months later, she said nothing.
So he was silenced. Yeah. He was suppressed, told fall in line.
Yes.
What do they do in Japan to people like you who speak out? Are you in danger?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I might come here and talk about Fukushima, also COVID-19,
yes.
but vaccine. Also, before the VAS, UK, I have a lecture in Sao Paulo. Also
in Sao Paulo at Stanford, or
and also I talk about vaccine injury.
Yes.
How to cure the vaccine injury.
Which is a message of hope. It's an important message right now.
Yeah.
But if you try to put that message out in Japan, they try to silence you.
Yeah. But
they don't want to talk about vaccine injury.
No, because there's no diagnostic word of the vaccine injury in the health insurance.
Yes.
So if you raise the vaccine injuries, not covered by insurance. Because medical association never said about vaccine injury.
Oh, so as a physician, you can't mark that on the records that vaccine injury, it doesn't exist.
But we have 1,000 physicians who stand to against the government and medical
really? You have 1,000 physicians in Japan who are standing against the government, speaking truth. That's actually a large number.
Large number.
That's a very good number.
Government and media
is silent. So do you have a lot of doctors who reach out to you, or professors or academics who reach out to you and say, you're so brave, thank you, but I'm afraid?
But unfortunately, as the professors of medicine say nothing or promote vaccines. However, emeritus professors, they talk, vaccine is dangerous. Because as a retired professor, they can do anything. They can say everything.
So I didn't quite hear that. So the professors versus the physicians, who has the freedom to talk more in Japan? The professors or the physicians?
Physicians.
The physicians have the freedom to speak. But
however,
the academia, no.
Academia, no.
No. You may lose your tenure or you lose your position.
Exactly. And no, if the professor talk about the vaccine injury or something like that, maybe they cannot get
funding.
fund.
Research funding. That's right, because research funding would be cut off.
Yeah. Same as happening on the Fukushima nuclear power plant.
Yeah, so it's very dangerous.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have funding as a professor.
Some professor is claimed to the government.
Yeah.
Okay. And no research fund was come.
So what portion of the population in Japan now are beginning to wake up? How?
120 millions.
Right, 120 million is the population of Japan.
Yes.
And what portion of the population is waking up to the truth?
Maybe 30 or 40.
Really?
Because
30 or
all the
40%?
To realize?
Yeah.
No, or maybe 10%.
10%. But is it growing fast?
Yes.
Why? Because of the injuries?
Yeah, because Facebook and the SNS.
So social media.
Social media is good for.
Oh.
However, older people, always older people trust the news media.
Yes, older people do.
But the younger people now start to realize.
Oh.
The government does not say truth.
So what medium, what social media are the younger people getting the message?
Twitter,
Or
Facebook.
TikTok.
Yeah.
So those are the big ones in
Also, we have
the same, and so that message is getting out to the younger set.
Yes.
That is very good, because the younger set often are the rebels.
Yes.
They will push back. So that's a very good news.
Yeah.
I think that I would say in North America, the younger people are still indoctrinated. They're still in a fog. And it's the middle age group that is waking up faster. But you would say the younger people in Japan, so social media there is working well in our favor.
Yes.
Well, that is really good news.
So I have to go now.
Well, thank you so much for your time. And I really appreciate we don't get much news out of Japan. So it is very interesting to chat with you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay.